Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another Premier League match live review. As Chelsea were sadly held to another 0-0 draw against bloody Manchester United. Can these lot do anything other than draw bloody 0-0? Fuming. I'm fuming. What a weird game that was. It wasn't even a bad 0-0. Like, there was entertaining parts of this game, but at the end, I'm just sat here and I'm just so, I don't know, it was just so anticlimactic and just, I'm left wanting so much more, and it just didn't quite come. And it's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated, but like so close. Every other result went our way. Leicester lost. West Ham lost. We could have beaten Manchester United, gone super close to second even. Like, it would have been sick, but so close yet so far. And like the title and the thumbnail says, defense top, attack flop again. Sadly, it happened again. But if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV. That'd be massively appreciated. Smash the like button because YouTube loves it when, you know, things have a lot of likes. It shows it to more people. So please smash the like button and subscribe to my personal channel, to which the link is literally in the title or further down in the description. Just click my name in the title at Laurens Vescoli. I will be doing it straight after this live stream, or 10 minutes after. I will be doing a player ratings live stream. Like I said, straight after it. We'll be doing that over there, you know, to talk through the entire game and to talk through every individual player. So if you don't want to miss that, definitely check it out. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers as soon as bloody possible. But before, you know, getting into the game itself, let me quickly shout out the sponsors of today's video. And those are, of course, OneFootball. And if you don't know OneFootball, well, to be honest, what are you doing really? Because they're absolutely brilliant. They really are brilliant. And, you know, obviously, like the name suggests, it is a football app where you get all the latest football news from pretty much every team all around the world. That's transfer news, as well as, of course, live score updates. Get all of the news straight to your phone, including all the transfer rumors, especially with this cool indicator light that shows the likelihood of a certain transfer happening. And hey, you know, it's another game where I'm just like, I wish we had Erling Haaland. Who knows? Who knows? It might happen in the summer. And hey, OneFootball will tell you how likely that is. You can pick multiple favorite teams, leagues all around the world, and get all the live score updates and, of course, all the other news right there, all in one app. And it's honestly, it's just a brilliant app. I can only recommend downloading it. Do so with the link down in the description. It's literally the first link down in the description. Download it. Really appreciate them sponsoring us. And like I said, just a really good app that everyone should have on their phone. Go down below, download the OneFootball app with our link right now. But enough about all of that. Let's talk some football. Let's talk how the game went. And it's just frustrating. We have our first donation. I hope I didn't miss one. But we have a first donation of the day by HTPS. £1.99 donation saying, at least we didn't lose. Gutted we didn't win. Yeah. Honestly, couldn't share those feelings anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you want to make sure that I see your chat message, do use the super chat function or join me over on my channel. There will be a few less people, so you're more likely for me to see your chat message. You know, cheeky plug. Any which way, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game, and let's talk about the lineup, because there was the odd surprise in there when the lineup came out already. At least one, maybe two. I didn't expect it. This is the lineup we went with today. Of course, the back three was exactly as we expected, and so was the goalkeeper. Callum Hudson-Odoi did remain a right wing back. Kovacic remained as one of the midfield two, and Gunnar came in for him, for Jorginho, pardon me. Ben Chilwell, somewhat surprisingly, started over Marcos Alonso on the left. Hakim Ziyech started over Timo Werner. Mason Mount remained in the side, and Olivier Giroud remained in the side as well from the team, of course, that faced Atletico Madrid on Tuesday. And what does the game do? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just comes out and just, I'm not going to say mugs us off, but plays some tricks, because he didn't do what they always do. They didn't sit back. They didn't sit back like crazy and just defend. We still had more possession. We had just about more than half in the first half overall. At points we had around 60, at points we had around 50. But still, United pressed us. United pressed us, and United pressed specifically N'Golo Kante and trying to pinpoint him and target him. And N'Golo Kante was absolutely brilliant in the defensive part of the game. But again, a little bit like the Southampton game, not quite so much maybe, but a little bit like the Southampton game, in particular in the first half, just lost us the ball way too many times. But that wasn't necessarily down to him. Just Manchester United properly targeted him. And it was really frustrating. It was really frustrating to see. And yeah, United had a couple of moments. There was obviously this handball claim from Callum Hudson-Odoi in our box. It was weird because none of the United players claimed it. Just the Chelsea players claimed a handball by Mason Greenwood. When we saw the replays, it was clear that Callum Hudson-Odoi did touch the ball. He did touch it about up here. So I was convinced they were going to give a penalty. He didn't, which in hindsight is only fair after the amount of things that, weren't given against Manchester United against us over the years, where there was, Harry Maguire kicking Michy Batshuayi right into the nutsack, where there was, Harry Maguire wrestling tackling Azpilicueta in the away game at Old Trafford this season. But then actually the referees came out and actually gave a bit of an explanation why this happened. It's because Mason Greenwood's arm went up and that pushed Callum Hudson-Odoi's arm up towards the ball. So it wasn't a movement by Callum towards the ball. His arm was pushed there, and so I wasn't given a penalty, and it wasn't the correct decision. I guess it makes sense if you think about it. We have another donation here by Zane saying, you couldn't beat Man United. Did you see the Arsenal masterclass today? William is back. All right. Yeah. Have fun. Yeah. Arsenal fans are too funny. Arsenal fans are too funny. Did you beat Man United? Maybe you did. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you whether you beat Manchester United or not. Doesn't really matter. But no, you don't need Selfie. You have me for now, and Selfie will be there at some point. But anyways, let me continue. The handball claim apparently wasn't a penalty. Fair enough. All right, let's continue. Rest of the second half, rest of the first half, yeah, we tried, but it wasn't quite there. Hakim Ziyech had a shot or two from distance, but not quite coming off, and neither team really had proper chances. Realistically, neither team had proper chances. Rashford had a free kick that Mendy, did all right to save, but that's it. Other than very close to the end, Hudson-Odoi whipped in an unbelievable cross from the right-hand side, and Olivier Giroud was about this close to get his head on it. This close, and he heads it into the target. But it wasn't quite to be. We're going to half-time. All of us are expecting Hakim Ziyech to come off because he was absolutely diabolical in that first half. Not that Giroud was much better. But regardless of what happens, Thomas Tuchel takes Callum Hudson-Odoi off for Reece James. We're like, what on earth is happening? But then, okay, we saw Callum Hudson-Odoi had a nice pack around his leg, even was, even walked down the tunnel as the second half went on to get some treatment. So clearly picked up some sort of injury. Let's just hope that it's nothing serious, really. But yeah, what happens after that? Of course, maybe we shift the formation a little bit. United start to sit deep a little bit more. We shifted it to Mason to come a little bit more central and almost have a bit of a front two of Giroud and Hakim Ziyech, but also mixing it around a lot. And we were a better team in the second half in particular. And then we had a couple of moments, especially early in the second half. Beautiful attacking play. Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell down the left-hand side. Ben Chilwell then with a cutback to Hakim Ziyech in the box, maybe 8-9 yards from goal. Does well to actually decide to play it against the footing of De Gea, but De Gea with a great save raises his arm up quick, and Ziyech just didn't get enough power and enough placement on it to beat the goalkeeper, and he really should have done. It was close distance. It was early in the second half. He has to score that goal. He absolutely has to score that goal. Soon after, Manchester United have one or two chances, basically Greenwood puts one just wide of the goal, even though I think would he have gotten it on target? I think Christensen would have blocked it. Fred had one shot that he curled just wide, and then another one, a shot by, I think, McTominay that, Edouard Mendy had to save. And then we had a counter-attacking move. Brilliant, especially by Mason Mount. And then a backheel flick by Hakim Ziyech, really well done. Mount goes on a run. Giroud not quite quick enough to actually be a proper passing option for Mason Mount. So Mount has to go himself, does the Ronaldo chop inside of McTominay, and then he for some reason decides to go with his right foot, even though he was on the right side rather than his left foot. He gets blocked. And it comes out again, and I think then Kovacic shoots, and it's a quite comfortable save. Frustrated. Oh, no, I tell a lie. Ball falls to Ben Chilwell. He actually has, I think, a really good shot that would have at least hit the target. Maybe De Gea would have saved it, maybe so. But Giroud was just in the way and got hit in the face, basically, while being in an offside position. That was the second time in that game that Olivier Giroud got hit by a shot from distance, and he was just stood in the way. Bro, get out of the way. Stop being a useless mug and get out of the way. And Giroud, other than getting so close to that ball, honestly, until he came off in the second half, man tried to be worse than Hakim Ziyech in the first half was. Not a single pass did he actually manage to complete. I was fuming. And then Thomas Tuchel did decide to make some changes. Let me just get the minutes up of when exactly he did so. In the 65th minute, he brought Christian Pulisic on for Olivier Giroud, which at the time I thought was a very good idea and was a very good thing to do, a good decision to make. But it just didn't really work out because I was frustrated with Giroud. Obviously, Tammy Abraham wasn't even on the bench today because apparently his ankle isn't 100% on it, hence why he didn't even make the squad. And he brought Christian Pulisic on him, like I said. And we kind of changed the way we play because we got into positions where Pulisic's pace would have been brilliant. But it also, I have to say it, we kind of changed our place, or Manchester United has changed their play style. They said, okay, we don't have Giroud on it. They don't have Giroud on anymore, so we need to sit a bit deeper. There's no point pressing them anymore and forcing them to use their pace. Now that they have Giroud off and they have Pulisic on, when they need the space to use his pace, they dropped a bit. And then we couldn't really use it anymore. Plus, we consistently, all game long, struggled to go past their press, but also just pass our way through their midfield. In the second half, like the combination of Aspie, Reece James, Kante, Reece James honestly looked like he had to do all of it by himself. Aspie punted it long too many times. Kante, movement not quite good enough. And when he had the ball, he punted it half the time rather than keeping it close. And when he did try to keep it on the floor, it wasn't quite happening. And yeah, Baracum, of course, it was a false nine. It was a false nine, but it didn't quite work because United dropped a bit deeper, and then we didn't have the space anymore to use the extra pace that we just brought on the pitch. And then later on, Timo Werner also came on for Hakim Ziyech, who had one shot with his weaker left foot, comfortable save for De Gea, and one beautiful cross by Reece James, which Timo probably should get on the end of and should do better with to get it on target. And Thomas Tuchel on the sidelines was absolutely livid with him, So use your right foot, come on what you're doing. Like, basically, it was frustrating. And then, like, there was a couple of other moments when Man United could have done better. They had counter-attacking moments, one in the first half, one in the second half, but they really just played out really badly. Or someone of our players defended it really well. A lot of the time it was Kante. A lot of the time it was Andreas Christensen. A lot of the time it was Antonio Rudiger. All three of them absolutely brilliant. Kante, in particular, in the defensive part of the game going forward, he really wasn't. But yeah, it was a frustrating game. In the end, it ends 0-0 again. Manchester United haven't lost again away from home this season. But again, drew 0-0. They have only scored one goal against the top six side this season. That was when they lost 6-1 to Tottenham Hotspur. So weird, but frustrating in terms of the race for top four, obviously, because obviously we still gained 1 point on Leicester. We get 1 point on West Ham. But we're still fifth now because obviously we're still 1 point off West Ham now, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because we really could have won that today. Because the one big clear chance we had in Hakim Ziyech, and the other one big clear chance in terms of what Olivier Giroud is good at was probably Giroud with that header that he didn't get a touch on. Yes, Manchester United had two very good shots from outside the box, but they're shots from outside the box. You can't really say they're huge chances. If they go on target, they're great chances. If they don't, they just didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, and maybe I would be speaking differently. I will admit that if Chelsea had those shots from distance, but still, I feel like if you shoot from distance and it goes wide, right? Do you know what I mean? But it's not a chance where I'm like, yeah, you should have scored from that, with XG and everything. But Ziyech from that position should have scored and should have been 1-0 up, and we should have been 1-0 up. But to talk a little bit more about the game, like I said, Tuchel lined us up today to play against the low block Manchester United. Hakim Ziyech, break them down, play some crosses. Olivier Giroud, be the presence, hold the ball up front. And then Man United didn't sit deep. They pressed us. And then we had the complete wrong players on the pitch. We shouldn't have, with that in mind, like if we knew Manchester United would play like that, we wouldn't have started Olivier Giroud. We wouldn't have started Hakim Ziyech. Maybe we wouldn't have even started N'Golo Kante. Maybe we would, maybe we wouldn't. It's difficult to judge that one. The Kante-Jorginho one is a difficult one. I keep saying this. Kante's amazing defensively and at times dreadful on the ball. Jorginho is amazing on the ball. Obviously, some dreadful forward passes, but in terms of giving us control, but dreadful defensively. So if you could just put both of them in one player, you'd have the best midfielder in the world. But sadly, they're just split players. And in terms of Hakim Ziyech, we'll get to my, obviously, in-depth player ratings over on my channel later on. But let's not ignore that Hakim Ziyech, yes, he had a absolutely shocking first half. But he actually got a lot better in the second half. He actually really, really did get a lot better in the second half, I thought. I really can't really complain much. Like in the second half, he was decent. It still wasn't great, but I also have to say he at least tried with shots from distance. No one else tried other than Kovacic later in the second half. Maybe one or two in the first half, but at least he has tried those. I'm not saying he was good because of it, but I still prefer at least someone bloody trying those than no one trying those, if that makes sense to you guys. I hope it does. Makes sense to me anyway. Let me just do some maths in my head. Sorry, I need to just click on this quickly. Don't have a go at me, guys. Don't have a go at me. So, but yeah, Ziyech struggled a lot in the first half, And ladies and gentlemen, by the way, like I said already, subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Help us reach 125,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Smash that like button. We have 240 people watching. Smash the like button right now. It doesn't cost you any money. It barely costs you any time. And subscribe to my channel at Lawrence Vescoli. Takes you straight to my channel where, I will be doing a player ratings live stream straight after this one. Helping reach 10,000 subscribers. That'd be absolutely unbelievable and a sick milestone to it. So subscribe. That'd be absolutely amazing. But, yeah, the way Man United play didn't suit the way we set up, and it surprised us. Hence why we got a bit better in the second half, but then also United adjusted a bit, and our final third position just still ain't there. But I have to highlight the defense. Aspie as well, other than one moment when him and Reece James just didn't quite have the communication. That is another point I will make in just a second. And by the way, guys, if you have questions, things that you want me to talk about, please put them in the chat. Use the super chat function if you fancy it. But I will talk about a couple of things that you guys have mentioned. But anyways, Aspie, other than the one moment, brilliant. Christensen, the AC Hive, big up Lewis. The AC Hive is real. The man was unbelievable today. The man was absolutely incredible. Man had his foot everywhere. Man had his foot literally everywhere. He was blocking everything. He was completing every tackle, winning every header. Man was unbelievable. And to be honest, the same goes for Antonio Rudiger. Unbelievable. Love that moment with him and McTominay where they both tried to wind each other up and both tried to hit each other and squeeze each other, and they both just did it. And at the end they were like, oh, all right, we both did this. Quite funny. And Chilwell struggled a little bit very early on in the game, but to be fair, hasn't played in a while. But as the game went on, Chilwell got really good. Good defensively, good going forward. His passing got better. He assisted the biggest chance of the game for Hakim Ziyech, so he should have had the match-winning assist, really. Ben Chilwell got really good. Fair play to him. Really, really happy with Ben Chilwell. Honestly, really, really happy with him. Like I touched on. And Gunnar Kante, defensively, amazing. The amount of last-ditch tackles he had, the amount of interceptions he had, brilliant. But then whenever, like I said already, they targeted him in the first half to press because they knew he gets the ball, we press him. He's not that good. He's not that solid in his passing, in his dribbling. It's not quite there. And that's exactly what they did. And it was a problem for us. But that doesn't take anything away from how brilliant he was defensively. Absolutely amazing, honestly. And Mateo Kovacic took a lot of shots today. None of them very good, but took a lot of shots today. So fair enough. Tried. Very good. Very good. Callum obviously had to come off at halftime. Disappointing. Reece James didn't really play particularly well, in my opinion. Didn't really play particularly well. Mounts, outstanding again. Obviously, could have done better in a few moments, but still our best attacking player, that's for sure. Ziyech, dreadful first half, decent second half. Giroud, shocking, other than almost scoring a goal, but that's honestly the only thing he did. Pulisic, barely noticed him. Timo Werner, 2 moments, both of them he didn't do particularly well, so it was frustrating. Again, put it in line of Rudiger. There you go. put it in the chat, guys. Anything you want me to talk about, because you need to Jorginho probably. Yeah, it's a difficult discussion, isn't it? Oh yeah, Rudiger ran our first. Rudiger run first half was very good. Yeah, it was a bit pointless in the end, but very good. Yeah, that was the difficult one. Like I said, needed Jorginho probably. Yeah, in terms of how United pressed us, sure, but then also in terms of defending, we needed Kante. But we also needed Kovacic, so that tells you should we have played a back three, midfield 3. But we also needed a back 3, so we kind of just needed an extra player today. It was a tough one. It was honestly a tough one, and it's just a typical Man United game. Yes, they pressed a little bit. What did someone say? Man should have shot earlier on his run, in my opinion. Yeah, he should have done a little bit, maybe, but not. It was right to do the cutback, but then he should have shot first step of his cutback, or of his own cut back to himself, not a pass back, right? But he took too long and then shot with his right foot as well. That was a weird decision, but still very good in that. You know what I mean? From Don Robbie Watchalong after the full time, big up yourself. And everyone, guys, make sure you hop over to my stream straight after the CFC Pice will be coming on, and I'll have the other side of the coin coming on as well. So, that should be good. Definitely check that out. Like I said, just hit my name in the title at Lawrence Vescoli. Takes you straight to my channel. About 10-15 minutes after this, we'll be going live over there. Any which way, let me continue. Ole, so salty, is he? Is he salty about the pen? Well, maybe you should read the rules. Chilwell was awful going forward. Alonso would have done better. Nah. What did Alonso do against Atletico? Nothing. And Chilwell actually assisted the one big chance we had. No. Chilwell was good today. Let's not be unnecessarily harsh. I'm not saying he was outstanding and it was the best ever left wing back performance I've ever seen, but he was good today. He was good. Miz is coming on. There you go. Jan from Football Therapy? No, not Jan. He's busy. Nah, fam. Mount ain't trash. No, Mount definitely ain't trash. What you waffling about? Such a wasted opportunity. Leicester and West Ham both lost. Yeah, it is. It is, bro. But at the same time, it's like, hey, Man United are not as bad as people make them out to be. They're second for a reason. Yes, they've had bad runs at times, but there's also a reason neither Liverpool nor Man City, and that was also when Liverpool weren't quite this bad in form, neither of them beat them. It's not irrelevant. It's not like they're not that bad. See, that's the thing. Giroud was so shockingly bad in the second half until he came off. Every single pass he attempted was straight to the opponent. Every single one of them. And Manchester United counter-attacked us every single time, and they needed a defensive, brilliant tackle by Kante, Christensen, Rudiger, whatever, to make up for every time. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. We have another donation by Daniel. Not even going to try to pronounce that. Daniel, cheers for the donation, bro. Saying, you think Tuchel should have chanced it with putting Zuma on instead of Christensen? No. Christensen was our best player today. Christensen was our man of the match, like by far. Maybe close second with Rudiger, and then third probably Mount. Christensen was unbelievable. Yes, I know what you're saying in terms of air raid ability, but also our deliveries weren't good today. So even if you had Zuma, with how bad the deliveries were today, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, you could argue maybe they're more confident in the deliveries if Rudiger plays, but still, if Kai was false 9, we would have won. Hey, I don't know what's happening with Kai, bro. I don't know. This is also something that I would like to see. This is also something that I would like to see. I want to see him as a false 9. I want to see him play. But if he's not going to be used as a false 9, as one of these wide forwards, I don't like it. I know people say if this right into forward, he'd be great. I disagree. It just wouldn't be as good as Mason. Just the work rate wouldn't be there. Yes, maybe he would have some better decision-making in the final third, but I think we wouldn't even get there as much with him. As a false 9, I think it would be unbelievable, though. We need better wing-backs. Wing-backs is harsh today, in my opinion, but the front three just weren't good enough today. And I had a discussion with Jay today, with Jay McIntosh, and he was saying, no, we shouldn't go for Haaland first of all. We should go for like a centre-back, a centre-mid, and a goalkeeper before Haaland. I'm like, bro, you're off your heads. You're off your heads. We need someone that finishes our bloody chances, and we don't have it. Tammy don't. Also, he wasn't fit today. Giroud don't. Every now and again, he has these screamer games like Sevilla or the screamer goal against Atletico, but on average, ain't good. It just ain't good anymore. It just really ain't. And obviously, there's only very specific games that suit Olivier Giroud, right? Ziyech not really finding his feet yet. I think there's still an unbelievable player for the Premier League to be in there, but he has to find it. Pulisic not getting enough game time. Havertz not being used. Werner, I mean, you know my thoughts on Werner more often than not. But how the game started, how Manchester United played, would have needed Werner. But let's not forget this. Had Werner started, Manchester United probably wouldn't have played the way they did because they would have been too scared of it. Do you know what I mean? Do we start Werner, Abraham, or Giroud against Liverpool? Werner definitely started against Liverpool, that's for sure. But does he start as a 9? Probably not. Do we play a false 9? I don't know. Yeah, Rudiger was superb today. Rudiger, Christensen, Aspie as well. They were all absolutely brilliant. But one thing I do want to mention, one point that I do want to make before I end this here, and again, I will be jumping over through a player ratings live stream over my channel, and all of you guys, especially the super chat guys, come over to my channel and donate there. Massively appreciated. But we have another donation here saying, also, should Barkley be recalled back from loan? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If we're recalling anybody, it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I'm telling you. Might not necessarily be factually correct, but this is my opinion because I love Ruben Loftus-Cheek more than anything else in the world. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying, my problem today was the communication in some points was shocking. Especially Kante. I don't know. Kante just seems so quiet. No one seems to be able to find out, like, make a decision. Do I take the ball? Do you take the ball? It happened with Kovacic multiple times. It happened with Callum in the first half. It happened with Reece in the second half. It happened with Aspie. It happened with Christensen. It happened with Ziyech. It happened with Mount. It happened with every player that was in and around N'Golo Kante. There was communication issues. Once there was it with Rudiger and Ben Chilwell. Out of nowhere, Rudiger jumped out of the way of the ball and Chilwell wasn't even there to receive it. We're like, what on earth happened? There was this one moment when United had probably their biggest actual chance with the McTominay shot that Mendy had to save in the build-up to that. Luke Shaw made a run and Aspie and Reece were both there and neither of them tracked the run. One of them has to. I'm not blaming either of them for it necessarily because it's not one guy has to more than the other. They have to talk to each other and one guy has to track the run and the other one has to stay with the guy and, confront the guy that's there for the possible cross. It might have been Rashford, right? We have to. But one of them has to track the run and then the low cross doesn't come in and we might have conceded from that. That was Manchester United's biggest real chance of the game. But it was a tough one. It was a tricky game. It was a tricky game. Overall, were we the better team? I would argue yes. But it was definitely like cagey. In the end, we had 57% of the ball. I don't know. I just don't know. It's frustrating because we could have been in the top 4. It would have been a huge win. Huge win. But you also have to take the positive. We didn't lose. And not losing is also an important part. But we should have got a dub. We should have got a dub, and certain things just need to improve. Certain things need to improve. Of course, it's now Sunday. We've got until Thursday when we play Liverpool, not a huge game. Monday after that, we play Everton. Then we have midweek off until we play Leeds. After that midweek, we play Atletico Madrid. So it's coming thick and fast. It's coming thick and fast, and we need to find a way to be better in the final third. We need to become more clinical. We need to become more clinical. We need to make better decisions. And I just felt it. When Ziyech missed that chance, I was like, that's it, isn't it? We're not going to create that many more big chances. And I felt when he missed that, we're either going to draw 0-0 or lose 1-0. And then when it came to like the 75th, 80th minute, I was like, this is going to end 0-0. It just is. And that's what happened. Like, yeah, our attack is woeful. Our attack is woeful at times. Not every time. Do you know what I mean? And there is good moments, but not enough. And they don't string them together. Like, Mount has a good moment and then someone else doesn't. And then someone else has and then Mount doesn't. Or, you know, that goes for every player. It's just tough. It's just tough. Yeah, 2 whole seasons of not beating Manchester United in the league. It's tough. I mean, I'm sure we've had worse runs. Only Mason, Kovacic, and Reece played. Are you dumb? Bruv, our whole back three was amazing. And Mendy weren't even that good. The save quite late in the game, he lets that bounce straight in the middle. He was lucky that no Manchester United player got onto that. And across, he tried to catch it as well. He bounced over him and he nearly let go of it. First of all, I am legend. Stop spamming. You're being put on a timeout now. I'm not having spammers. But no, he shouldn't be sold. Shouldn't be sold. Yeah, it's just us being man of the match. Not sure. I would personally probably give it to Christensen. But anyways, I think we're going to leave it here, guys. Obviously, if you have 1 or 2 more questions that you really want to shout out, I didn't get triggered. They're probably joking. They might be joking. Fair enough. Anyway, but yeah, if you have any 1 or 2 more mentions that you want me to talk about, Chelsea needs Kennedy and Barkley back. Kennedy's never going to come back, even though he's still having a great loan at Granada, of course, and Barkley, nah, absolutely not. If you know game of football, you will not criticize Kante at all. Well, if you know football, you watch the game and see that Manchester United targeted him because he's not that good on the ball, and that is an issue. Does that mean he was bad today? No. But it still is an issue in the game, and so much so that the opponent tried to exploit it specifically. It's just used too much. Nah, bro. You're just off your head. Should have come on today? I don't know, bro. I don't know. With how the game went, I see why he didn't. I see why he made the subs that he made. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Long term, it's just going to be... What do you think of the Hudson-Odoi penalty today? I will just talk on this about this one more time. I already touched on it. The referee's decision was because Greenwood's arm kind of pushed Hudson-Odoi's hand up, and that's why he touched the ball. That's why the penalty wasn't given. And that makes sense in hindsight. I was surprised at the time that there was no penalty given, but obviously when they explained that, fair enough. And obviously, Manchester United really can't complain. The Maguire incident against Aspie at Old Trafford, Maguire kicking at Batshuayi and the ball's not getting sent off. Hey, Man United really can't complain. But hey, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here. Like I said, I will be doing a live stream right now in 10-15 minutes on my channel to do a player ratings live stream with CFC Pies with the other side of the coin of it. Like, honestly, just join me. You will enjoy it. You'll have a great time. Join me right now. Help me reach 10K subscribers. Click my name, this name, like just this thing right here. Click it in the title. Takes you straight to my channel. Wait for me there. I'll be there very soon. But subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. It'll be massively appreciated. Smash the like button on this. It doesn't cost you any money. It doesn't cost you any time. I appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Sadly, we didn't get the dub today, but hey, at least we didn't lose. I guess we have to see the positives. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. It's upwards and onwards, and I'll see you when I see you.